see 6.1. More terms I added. And other items. Words. Consideration. Noun, a thought. Verb, the action of thinking about something for a time with the purpose of increasing understanding of it. Postulate. Noun, a decision. Verb, to make a decision. Possibly from Latin, meaning, to place, to put. Compulsive. Done without full appreciation of the present circumstances. Automatic unthinking behavior. Immutable. Unchangeable. Cannot be mutated. Ipso facto. Ipso facto is a Latin phrase, directly translated as by the fact itself, which means that a specific phenomenon is a direct consequence, a resultant effect, of the action in question, instead of being brought about by a previous action. Note on evaluation of the material. In that the material is very likely to be more of a fact of life than an opinion about life, it is indicated that one evaluate not the author's opinion nor credibility but rather the material presented as it relates to life itself, and your relation to life. What can you gain from the material? Yes, there may be some incorrect or slanted views by the author. Yet aside from those, what can be gained? Does one throw out the baby with the bathwater? Or see what one can grow? Clue, when faced with a game, that is, you're getting something you don't want, or trying to change something you don't like, give a thought or two to imagining what the other wants. If that were supplied by you, wouldn't it be a complimentary postulate? And would it end the game? This is completely aside from your rightness, dignity, etc. etc. It is simply an observation. The same result would ensue should the opponent come to embrace your point of view. Observation. There are valence shifts with progress through the postulate failure cycle. A valence shift is to be someone else. The person you were has failed. That beingness cannot be occupied in regard to that particular game because all 16 possible positions in regard to it have failed. A thought by me from what Dennis says here: any changes you bring about, whether changes in then or changes in now, you bring about now. So any changes you make to then, later than when the event occurred, will not ipso facto produce changes in now. So, I see it this way: what occurred then and what occurs now are physical universe occurrences. What does exist then and now is what I thought about it. There is no then, it's always now, as far as my thoughts about it. Reevaluating the then thoughts now, as compared to present time realities, causes the importances connected to my thoughts to reevaluate to less or no importance. Group of symbols, typos. These are apparent, to me, typos in the 1994 PDF. Theory section after first mention of postulate failure chart -2-3 pages later. Original, mind considered as memories, having no objection existence. Changed to, mind considered as memories, having no object in existence. Group of dashes. I think near the end of the large addendum to theory section, I changed the word impossible to possible an instance of known to know, perhaps is was must known to must know. Theory section. Thus, a being is natively capable of viewing every particle that has ever been brought into existence in this, or any other universe, from any viewpoint he so desire to desires. Group of equals. Theory was, this is an illusion brought about by entrapment in mass which is enduring through time. Changed to, this is an illusion brought about by entrapment in mass which is enduring through time. Group of equals. Theory near end in time breaking area was, a run-on sentence. When the patient tells his therapist of some past happening, he is time-breaking the happening, for the therapist and the incident are thus brought into the same moment in time, now. Changed to, when the patient tells his therapist of some past happening, he is time-breaking the happening. The therapist and the incident are thus brought into the same moment in time, now. Quotes added to now for pronunciation purposes of the text-to-speech program. Group of dashes, run-on sentence, was, the being soon reaches a stage where the presence of a separate therapist is not only unnecessary, but is actually slowing down the patient's progress. He can time break much faster than any separate therapist could conceivably follow, and the content. Changed to, the being soon reaches a stage where the presence of a separate therapist is not only unnecessary, but is actually slowing down the patient's progress. He can time break much faster than any separate therapist could conceivably follow, and the content group of equals. Important note: the postulate failure chart does not show both sides of game conditions situations. It only shows the origin's point of view. This is mentioned by Dennis in the Level 5 material. The origin point has both the point of view and the view they want to bring into existence at the pan-determined point/person. Likewise, the other person has his point of view and the point of view he wants taken. To put it into Dennis' terminology, if self is coming from must be known, he is intending that whoever he is talking to, that is the receipt point, to know. And the receipt point could be maintaining the point of view of must not know and wanting the person to must not be known. I think I have that right. But the point here is that the chart only shows one half of what's going on in the game/conflict. He also states that in the instances of complementary postulates that there are not 4 sides, but only 2, as shown on the chart. Group of dashes near the end of the PD postulates and just before identity in Chapter 3. Most of the manifestations of are pretty elementary, and are not to be compared to. Changed to, most of the manifestations are pretty elementary, and are. Group of dashes, the section on intelligence was, the child merely lacks data and experience, and so has nothing to evaluate what he perceives against. Changed to, the child merely lacks data and experience, and so has nothing against which to evaluate what he perceives.